You know
I'm having a
what?
great fun.
Okay, so
Thank you.
in season 2 of What If, there was an episode that had some Robin Hood characters from the MCU. That like Steve Rogers was playing Robin Hood. He was Rogers Hood. Was that what like I don't
Something like
remember.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Had that in What If, but speaking of What If, what did you guys think of season 2 of What If?
I loved it. I love season one of What
Smooth.
If. So, yeah, that was smooth. I appreciate it. I love season one of What If, so I knew I was gonna like season two. But I like how a lot of people are liking What If for the first time. Were you guys fans of season one or no?
I wasn't at first. I didn't watch. I watched the first couple episodes and then put it aside and didn't watch it until recently. Then I really liked it when I did watch it. I don't think I finished season two though. To be honest, I think I watched most of it.
Okay. Um, but you did rewatch season, or you did watch season one in preparation for it? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one
I
had less of an
loved
overarching story I liked.
I loved season 1 of What If. I don't remember a whole lot of it though. My big takeaways from season 1, my big one takeaway I'd say was T'Challa as Star Lord. That was like the one thing I can remember
Yeah.
from season 1. Season 2 was also fantastic in my opinion, with a couple of standout episodes and a few, I'd say 3 standout episodes that were all character based.
What do you think is the standout episode? T'Challa definitely was of the first season. What's the standout for this one?
Kahori. I think Kahori's
yeah.
definitely the standout character, standout episode, everything. Yeah, all her, all day, every day.
People are wanting comic books for her already so bad.
Yep.
I think she's going to be in the MCU in no time. The voice actor already said, "I'm totally down to play the live action version of her."
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
let's
and
do it.
I threw this out there on Threads, and it got some pretty decent reaction. People agreed with me. Is I think the final episode of season two made a better Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness than the movie.
I said that
because-
to my wife while we were watching
Yeah.
it. I'm like, this is the real multiverse of madness. I literally said that to her. That's funny.
Yeah. Great minds think alike. But it's okay for your good guy to be a bad guy. Then also like just change it to where at the end he realizes the error of his ways if you need to keep Doctor Strange around, which of course you do. And he, and then all of a sudden we have somebody who's purposely weakening themselves so that I mean, that would be so fun. That'd be so cool. And having me introducing new characters as somebody trying to take on our hero would be a really cool way to introduce a new character. Standing alongside people, like you put Scarlet Witch over there or whatever. I think that would have been a better use. And Multiverse of Madness to me felt very messy, and I think this would have been the solution for that. Yeah. I think the weakest episode's got to be the Iron Man episode, and it was a leftover from season one. It was supposed to be in season one, but they didn't finish it in time. So we got on this one, and it's the one that introduces Gamora to the Avengers. But I feel like it was just weak. It felt to me very much paced wrong, kind of thrown together. Like, oh, let's just get Iron Man doing Iron Man things. Oh yeah, sure, he built this car super fast. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. To me, it didn't feel very well. And then like the unity between Iron Man and Gamora at the end was very rushed. Whereas like, oh yeah, quick speech in a car. Now we're best friends. Let's go kill Thanos. Like way too fast for all the stuff that's actually impactful on the rest of the multiverse. Yeah. John, what was some of your favorite parts from season two?
So I'm realizing I think my favorite episode was in season one. Now I'm trying to find it, but the one with it was only episode 6 I think, where with Killmonger and Tony Stark.
That was a good one.
I think that was my favorite. And the Ultron episode, though there was a few of them for sure that like I fell asleep in the middle of it or got distracted and started cleaning the house and stuff because they just weren't keeping my attention. But and the zombies one was just too.
Yep, didn't like the zombies one.
Yeah,
That one's got a spin-off coming.
It didn't follow the common zombie rules and stuff. It was just a little too like they just wanted to make something with zombies in it.
There was also a damn Christmas special. I guess that was the Iron Man one that we were talking about. No?
No, that's the one with Happy Hogan becoming Hulk.
Happy.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Brother.
Oh my god, I never put those two together. Oh my god, that's great. Yeah, you didn't care for that zombie episode, John. That's getting a spinoff. It's going to be its own series. Is the zombies
That's
storyline?
crazy. They just don't. I mean, they don't follow the common rules of zombies. So if they don't follow it, establish what the rules are at the beginning of the show. Don't let us like figure it out piece by piece throughout the whole show because we've seen a lot of zombie movies. We expect them to function a certain way. The fact that they can use their powers as zombies is like, okay, you're not really zombies, and you're smart enough to cast spells and stuff, do magic or whatever. So
Yeah, we had very different reasons for not liking that episode. I just don't like zombies, hence why I didn't watch The Walking Dead when we were talking about Stephen Yeun earlier.
Makes sense.
But I don't like zombies and get them. Like, if there's a Star Trek, there's probably been Star Trek zombies. I guess the Borg are Star Trek zombies. And that's why I don't really care for the Borg as a villain either.
What? Oh man,
They're so boring. Borging. They're boring.
there you go. You pushed that Borging hard. You were hoping it would land. I love the Borg, but as for the zombies, it is comic book accurate in a way, like the fact that the zombies can use their abilities, blah blah blah. And then there's the zombies from Marvel, and then there's Deceased, which is the DC version of them, and both can use their abilities, but I can see that being off-putting for sure. And the fact that they're getting those series, I hope, kind of fleshes them out a little bit better, especially the Scarlet Witch of it all, because I think that's very important. That she's kind of this like central villain that you got to take, the Thanos of the zombies, and it plays with their dark side a little bit, which is good.
yeah, to make them all corrupted or make them, like how Doctor Strange got, possessed by demons or whatever from all his dark magic work he did, that kind of thing would be totally fine. But I get these comics were written far before we had it established, pop culture zombie type or whatever. But yeah, it doesn't fit well. Like, if they're zombies, they should be just shy of brainless, barely be able to function, and trying to eat people or eat warm flesh or whatever. But
I think Marvel Zombies, by the way, is like late 90s, early 2000s. So it was definitely after the establishment of zombies. But yes,
they're just cheating. I gotcha.
They're just cheating.
Making their own rules. Yeah.
What about that season opener though? Not Gamora, sorry, Nebula joining the Nova Corps. That episode was so good though, right?
Speaking of cyberpunk, right? Like, holy cow, that was so good. And it just kind of opened up a whole new side of, I can't remember the name of the planet, but the Nova Corps, basically. Like, oh wow, yeah, I never thought of them as like, thank you, of like street level cops. I always think of them as like intergalactic
Starfleet.
Folks, so Starfleet, yeah. But it's like, oh yeah, Starfleet probably patrols some of actual Earth, so it's crazy. Yeah, we're talking a lot of Starfleet, and I'm liking that, by the way. That was a dope ass episode. The lighting of it and everything was really good.
And Hela and the Ten Rings was my third one. I'd say those three. Kahori,
that was a really
Nebula,
good one too.
Hela.
And I think Shang-Chi deserves more attention. I don't think Marvel's doing a very good job with like, hey, that movie was a hit and introduced a whole new world, and you guys didn't even do anything with it. Just like same thing with Eternals. I didn't care for Eternals, but you guys opened up a bunch with that, so you guys better start going back to that at some point. I think you're right.
Did Shang-Chi do good in the box office?
It did. I did okay. It definitely did better than the Marvels, because everything did better than the Marvels.
Yeah, because I think it was early COVID, right, when Shang-Chi came out.
It was early getting back to the theaters from COVID.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man was the first one post-COVID back in theaters.
Yeah, I think it was Black Widow that released during, and they put that directly onto, I almost said Paramount Plus, which is where you watch all Star Trek stuff, but I'm in Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They're all going to merge. It'll be the same soon.
Yeah.
Right. TV Plus.
TV. Oh God. The Avengers Assembled in 1602. That I want a spinoff for. And there's a great comic book series for it, but man, just this whole like King Thor and all that, like, I was so down for that. That was just so fun, and I think they could really. That it reminds me, of course, my #1 comic book of last year was Dark Knights of Steel. It's the same concept. It's just them in medieval times, so it was perfect. Nice. I want more.
When's Disney gonna buy DC, and then they can pit?
Don't tell them that. We don't want them to.
I know that'll kind of ruin some of what we got going on, but it would be. I don't think they'd ever partner, so I think that'd be the only way we'd ever see Marvel versus DC.
They have partnered comic book wise before plenty of times.
Yeah, but the movie studios aren't as friendly, I don't think.
No.
They're already fighting with all this Spider-Man sharing with what is it, Fox or Sony?
Yeah. Well, returning back to Mickey Mouse, we only have like 8 years or 7 years, I think it is now, for Superman and Batman to be out there in the public domain.
I thought Superman was already public domain.
Not yet. Nope. DC learned a lot of tricks from the Mickey Mouse, so they did the same thing. They changed the color of the Tylenol pill on us. And yeah. It will be soon before a public domain Superman is fighting alongside the X-Men, and that is going to be weird. But yeah, I think What If Season 2, returning to this one, I think Kahori is going to be a slam dunk. I think it's moving forward, and in general, I actually think it's an improvement on season 1, and I didn't think they were gonna be able to land that. This version of Doctor Strange, Strange Supreme, the way he came into power, this is a good way to return to that character. And Captain Carter becoming like the overarching hero of this entire franchise
Yeah.
works well, and people are like, let's get that also into the main MCU more. So, what would you guys give this? You can give it a 1 out of 10, give it a grade. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna give it a grade. I'm gonna give it a B plus. It was
B plus.
solid. It was there were a couple episodes that I didn't care for, and I think the ending. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away for the very ending, but the last battle scene went way overboard in a couple of respects. But introducing characters like a new character like Kahori, and to that extent made her like an immediately lovable character, like just a badass chick that's gonna fuck your day up, man. Yeah. Solid B. No A minus. Solid A minus. I changed it as I was talking about Kahori. Solid A minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the last 3 episodes or so, so I'm gonna say a B. I don't know. Yeah, my opinion's not great.
Love it.
I did watch all of season 1 this time around, which was really good. But yeah, there was a couple in here that are just like, I could have probably skipped them.
He's
Like
bad
Chris-
at his homework, folks.
Yeah, I'm terrible at my homework. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll give it I'm gonna give it a strong B plus, because there were some real, like the Iron Man episode were real duds, but there was something there, like the Hela stuff like that. Like really, we could kind of, it makes you want to see more of our version of these characters, which I think is one of the better parts of What If, when you're like, man, am I missing something on the Hela Odin relationship? Let's bring that back so we can kind of discuss it more and stuff. And that was what If does really well, is kind of show you a little bit more about the characters you no longer have. And so a solid B plus on my part for sure.